Right, so we don't have many pictures of Levi's physique, but this is definitely one of the best ones. You can clearly see he's quite skinny, but if anything stands out, it's definitely going to be the abs. His shoulders are decent, his chest is decent as well. He's got a skinny neck, his arms are pretty skinny, but his forearms are like almost as big as his upper arms, so we can definitely isolate those. And it looks like he has decent lats as well. And then with this full body picture, you can see he's overall very skinny legs, but going back to this first picture, he is absolutely shredded, and that's probably the most important part of this physique, is like being really shredded and having great abs. And then other than that, like his lats are pretty good and his forearms are decent, and then shoulders and chest. Traps are not really important, neck's not really important, legs aren't important, back thickness not really important, and like biceps and triceps also pretty small. So most important muscles are going to be the abs, the forearms, shoulders and chest, and then you want to be just really lean. So in terms of training to get these kind of proportions, definitely want to be doing a lot of ab work. So things like hanging knee raises, which is also going to be good for your forearms, long lever planks where your elbows are kind of out in front of you at an angle instead of having your arms like directly perpendicular to the floor right beneath you. That's going to make it much harder. Sit-ups, and you can do weighted sit-ups to make them harder. And then reverse crunches, which is like the reverse of a normal crunch. So instead of lifting your head up towards your knees, you're lifting your butt off the floor like towards your face, bringing your knees towards your face. So as well as abs, he has decent lats, so pull-ups are going to be the best option here, I think. Really good for your forearms, really good for the back width. And then for the chest and shoulders, I think all you really need to do to get this kind of size is push-ups. You can do all kinds of push-up variations. If you want bigger arms, then you can do close grip push-ups. If you want more chest, then you can do wide grip. More shoulders, then you can do decline or pike push-ups. So changing the angles and the grip placements is going to change the muscles that are emphasized. And then what's left is forearms, so you can do stuff like grippers to directly train your forearm, like squeezing strength, and then stuff like wrist curls to flex the forearm muscles. And another super important part then is getting really lean. So in order to get lean easily, you want to enhance your metabolism, speed it up so that you increase the amount of calories that your body naturally burns just at rest. And you can do this by using a small calorie deficit. So if you use a massive calorie deficit, your body's metabolism is going to slow down because it thinks it's starving, and it's going to try and hold on to as many calories as possible in the form of fat. So that's going to make it very hard to lose fat if you have a massive calorie deficit. So you want a small calorie deficit which is manageable for your body. You're going to steadily lose fat, and this is going to be much better than crash dieting where you have a massive calorie deficit. High protein diet. When you're in a calorie deficit, it's even more important to get enough protein, because if you're not eating much and you're not supplying your body with protein through food, then your body's going to start eating its own muscle basically in order to produce energy. So high protein diet, something like 0.8 grams per pound of body weight up to like 1 gram per pound of body weight. And this high protein diet is obviously going to help you with building muscle. Building muscle is good for fat loss because muscle is more metabolically active than fat tissue. So muscle will burn more calories than fat. So the more muscle you have, the more calories you'll burn. Another thing you can do is cardio. So something like 3 30-minute easy runs per week will burn a lot of calories. It will enhance your metabolism so that you naturally burn more calories at rest, and that's going to make it easier to lose fat and get lean. And then you also want to increase your non-exercise energy expenditure. So the things you do throughout your day that aren't like dedicated training sessions, stuff like just walking more steps, something like 10,000 steps a day. So if you do all the things I've said in this video, like training your abs, doing pull-ups, push-ups, doing some forearm work, and then getting really lean, you're going to have a similar proportion to Levi. If you wanted to train to kind of get some of his abilities, he's obviously really fast, so you can do explosive like sprinting kind of work. You could do explosive lifts like the snatch and clean and jerk, but they're quite advanced. Obviously he spends a lot of time in the air, so you could do stuff like gymnastics, maybe on the rings. And obviously he can fight really well, so you could train martial arts and make yourself into a capable fighter. I haven't given a program in this video because there's not really enough for me to talk about in detail, but you could just do one workout like 3 or 4 days a week, including maybe push-ups, pull-ups, abs, and then finish with some forearm stuff, and just try and progress on each of those movements, like add reps on the push-ups and pull-ups, or add a bit of weight if you're doing weighted push-ups and pull-ups, increase the number of reps or duration of the ab exercises you're doing. As long as you're making progress and increasing the numbers, then your muscle size and strength is also going to increase. If you're interested in the complete Todgy Physique program or the GAROU Physique program, check the link in the description. I go in depth on all the best exercises for that physique. I talk about diet and recovery and how to make progress. So if you want something that just gives you the complete roadmap to getting jacked instead of having to try and put it all together yourself, check that link in the description. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.